The girl I saw at the bus stand at 2 a.m. That night, it was almost 2 a.m. I was returning to my village from the city. Unfortunately, I missed the last bus, so I had to wait at the bus stand. There was a strange silence all around. Only an old light was glowing at the stand, and occasionally I could hear dogs barking in the distance. Suddenly, I noticed a girl standing far away. She was wearing white clothes, and her long hair was covering part of her face. At first, I thought she might also be waiting for a bus, but something felt strange. Why would someone stand alone in such a deserted place at this late hour? Slowly, I walked toward her. When I got closer, I asked, "Are you waiting for a bus?" She didn't reply. Then, slowly, she lifted her head and looked at me. Her eyes looked unnaturally pale. I started to feel a little scared. Just then, the bus stand light suddenly went out. Everything around me became dark. I could hear my own heartbeat pounding in my chest. I quickly turned on the flashlight on my phone and looked ahead again. But the girl was no longer there. I looked around everywhere. There was no one. The next morning, I told a local shopkeeper about what had happened. He stayed silent for a moment and then said, "Brother, a few years ago, a girl died in an accident here while waiting for a night bus at this very bus stand. Since then, people say she is sometimes seen here around 2 a.m. And even today, I still wonder, who did I actually see that night?"
After hearing the shopkeeper's story, a strange fear stayed in my mind the whole day. I tried to forget about it, telling myself that maybe it was just my imagination, but deep inside, something felt very real about that night. The next evening, curiosity started to grow inside me. I kept thinking about that girl. Who was she? Why was she standing there? And how did she disappear so suddenly? Finally, I decided to go back to the bus stand the next night. Again, it was almost 2 a.m. The same old light was glowing above the empty bus stand. The road was silent, and the cold wind was blowing slowly. My heart was beating fast. I stood there, waiting. A few minutes passed. Nothing happened. Just when I thought the shopkeeper's story might only be a rumor, I suddenly felt someone standing behind me. Slowly, very slowly, I turned around, and then my heart almost stopped. The same girl was standing there again. Her white dress was moving with the wind, and her hair was covering her face. This time, she slowly raised her hand and pointed toward the dark road beside the bus stand without saying a single word. I followed the direction she pointed to, but when I turned back to ask her something, she had disappeared again. The next morning, I went to that road she pointed to. A little farther down the road, I saw a small broken memorial stone beside the road. Written on it was a name and a date. It was the exact date the shopkeeper had mentioned. At that moment, a chill ran down my spine, and I realized maybe that girl wasn't trying to scare me. Maybe she was trying to tell her story.